important show. I am Dusty Adato. On tonight's show, we have a bunch of crazy stuff. First up, we learn how to live the high life, both with yoga and ice cream. And most importantly, we find the best mullets of 2022. You're not going to want to miss it. I have so many pictures. If you're asking, hey, did he spend the most time ever on one segment? Yes, he did. I'm Dusty Adato, but I'm joined by two amazing co-hosts. First up, you know where you love her. It's Heather Jules Booth. Hello, Heather Jules Booth. How are you?
Hello. Oh, I'm great. I'm a little crooked.
Yeah.
Oh.
We will.
Ready for some vertigo podcasting.
Right. We'll move on to a different camera so you can fix it. And welcome our guest tonight, writer and funny lady, Kate Scott. Kate Scott, how are you?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. You have the shortest name of any guest that we've had, so it makes me uncomfortable how small the amount of type is. Like, I feel like I messed up. Like, I don't know why.
You did not.
I did not.
You spelled both Kate and Scott perfectly.
Thank
well
you.
Done.
Thank you. Hey, tell us a little bit about who you are. What's your deal? What's going on?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Well, hello. My name is Kate Scott. We've covered that already. Oh, Michelle. I am a writer and comedian and DJ also.
DJ?
Yeah, on an NPR station in Nashville, Tennessee called WMOT.org.
Like
That's
right now?
Not right now. I'm on very early in the morning, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern.
I did not know
live.
that. That is fascinating, and I'm excited by it. And I want to talk to you about it a lot when we're done.
Really interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of my jobs. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I do. I write and I do DJ stuff. And yeah.
Nice.
I also have a dog named Ozzy.
Who's super adorable and should be on the show right now.
He can be. He's right over there.
Let us get into it then. Let us. I'm so excited to hear about your DJ thing. But let us get into our first segment. I think I fixed the problem from the ghost from last week. So let us get into World You Crazy. Heather, why don't you kick us off?
Oh, sure. Guess what, everybody? I'm actually surprised this didn't exist before. And it is stoned yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, of course, taking place in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah. The name of the article's author is Lex, which is not surprising. It just feels like somebody that would try out a high yoga class.
Mm-hmm.
They pose the question in this article, what is stoned yoga? Pretty much what it sounds like. It is a yoga class you're encouraged to take while under the influence of marijuana.
I appreciate Michelle's comment of I feel like I've done this unintentionally.
I
Probably
think
a bunch of people have.
I guarantee you this is where the idea came from, because probably a lot of people have done this unintentionally, and somebody finally said, why don't we just charge for it? Here's how it works. You don't smoke in the actual class, which I thought is what you did. I thought you just like smoked and stretched, but no, you are welcome to have your marijuana in any form that you want. The options, you can smoke a joint, you can do an edible, or you can have a glass of THC infused wine, thing I didn't know existed, just found out today. But you can't do it in class, you have to do it beforehand. And then you do yoga. The author does state that there's no high intensity, like crazy balancing stuff. It's more grounding breath and grounding stretching. So I guess, they figure.
Yeah, can I show the picture from this?
Oh, I would love for you to show the picture.
Yeah,
because
do.
Because the picture is really funny.
Yeah. What the thing is, like, whenever I've seen yoga, there's like people who are actually doing poses. The picture that they chose for this article.
No, it's the most Los Angeles thing.
Yeah.
When I think of Los Angeles.
It's just
yeah.
lay down.
Whoa.
Everyone's just laying down.
Right. Is that even a pose? Like, is that
Maybe.
officially a thing? I'm sure there are yoga people here who know.
Yeah, that's the end of the yoga practice. It's called Savasana. It's the best part of yoga. When you're done, you just lay on the mat, and the teachers walk around and they like pick up your skull and massage it a little bit.
Really?
I swear. I used to do yoga to get out of going to gym class in high school. This is exactly it.
Oh.
That feels
Not high though.
That feels very invasive to somebody touching your skull. Like, I feel like that. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're just fine. I mean, there is not a ton to explore in this article, but I do want to point out that the founder's name of this is Ashley, spelled exactly like you think it's going to be spelled for a high yoga class with 2 E's.
I was going to say 2 I's, but
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
That's actually fair. Yeah. It talks about, again, that people a lot of people brought their own vape pens, and that they just mostly did stretches and simple floor poses for about 10 or so breaths. And the author says, this lulled me into relaxation and melted my tension away. It felt partially like a really good stretching session and partially like an hour-long meditation. The author says they felt longer and more grounded than usual and noticed themselves smiling while they enjoyed some post-yoga tea.
because they were high.
Right, exactly.
Because they were high. That's the whole.
And I also like that the author's like, will I do this again? Sure. But next time I'm bringing friends and taking an Uber because this yoga session can't cure traffic on the 405. I have never lived in California, but this reads to me like that SNL sketch.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Also, you know what? Also, if you're high, you shouldn't be driving. You should be
No.
taking an
That
Uber
makes
to
sense.
begin with. You're under the influence.
Y'all,
Yeah.
really good points here. Oh, y'all.
Yeah, especially if you had that THC wine.
Yikes.
Right. And all of a sudden you're getting in your
That's a double
car.
dose. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does this author look like?
Somebody's just touched your skull.
Oh, this author
Oh.
looks. Yeah.
Uh,
This author credits themselves as a brunch enthusiast, so
yeah.
I'm not.
There it
I'm
is.
not surprised.
I like. Did we bring up Trevor's comment too? Of-
No, because I have the I have the story window open. Hold on.
Yeah, I agree. There are so many Tesla.
That's
in
correct,
that photo.
Trevor. There are indeed so many Tesla owners in that photo. There might even be a Tesla itself just in there.
Yeah, somewhere in the background.
It's just
True, yeah.
just powering up.
So I am not a person who would take a yoga class. I am not flexible in any way or strong in any way, and I feel like you need both of those things to do yoga. But you guys would do this?
I mean, I really can't do yoga either because I can't do anything that is like involving inverting your head. I can't do. So I've never bothered because it feels like that's most of yoga is like bend with your head upside down, do things with your head up. I can't do that. So, but let me think. Would I do this to go to the gym, say? I don't think so, just because I feel like but that's the thing. I go to the gym to work out and like to sweat, to burn calories, to like build strength. And to me, I don't want to be under the influence of anything because I feel like I won't get the benefit that I want. Hearing them describe this sounds like maybe it is beneficial. Like maybe it's fine.
I know this is factually inaccurate, but I also like when you said like you can't do yoga, my first thought was like, because in a dress you're just gonna expose yourself, and it's like, and I know that you don't wear a dress to the gym, but like
I do not.
but you do. Like in my mind, you do. Like I'm sure reality is different.
I'm delighted that
but,
that's your vision of me. I actually.
Right. It's your workout dress.
So
but,
many
like,
people. The fun side story of this is so many people that work at my job go to the gym I go to, and I hate it because I truly go to the gym as like a troll, and I see them and I'm just like, I don't care. I don't really care, but I'm also like, brr. I did walk up to one of them once though, because they were just like, "Oh, you're at this gym," and I went, "Yes, I have pants," and then I just walked off. Because this person is always like, did you ever wear pants? And I said that, and
I've only seen it like once when you did sketch and you had to.
well,
You were
if we
legally
do more
obligated to.
sketch rehearsals, you might,
Okay.
because I may just want to be able to slide around and not worry, but
Do we
I
want?
also roll around and dress. Anyway,
Do we want to move on to Kate's story? Or do
Yes.
we have more on this?
I think, I mean, does anyone have any more comments? Kate, what do you think? Like, would you do this?
Would I do this?
Yeah.
I would not because I don't do drugs. My mom is watching.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe I would. It sounds expensive though.
Oh, I'm just looking at that setup. You know it's expensive.
Yeah,
You
right.
know
And
that
like
was
there's
like-
a
That was like $35 a class or something.
yeah,
at
and,
least.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, you can put that money towards something else.
Yeah.
Like
like better weed.
Better.
Also, I want to comment. That was a very slick move by doing that. There's no way your mom heard you. There is no way. It was
No way.
She knows. Like, just don't listen. To like
So
that's what that means.
slick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna come through those doors right now, like Caitlin.
We're gonna move on. Let's move on to your story to go from getting stoned to getting drunk.
Yes. All right. So my story is, we all are familiar with the champagne of beers, Miller High Life. Well, they have partnered with the ice cream shop, the Tipsy Scoop, which is based in New York City.
This is not a surprise.
No, I think they also have location. I mean, I would not be surprised if they have locations in Los Angeles as well. But anyway, it is alcohol-infused ice cream. And so they have created something that I find quite magical, the ice cream dive bar. And it is a ice cream bar, but it is designed to taste and smell and kind of create the sensory experience of the floor of a dive bar.
Oh.
Specifically the flavor of peanut shells on the bar floor. So according to the story, it combines beer, a peanut swirl, tobacco smoke flavor, caramel, and a dark chocolate dip. And the peanut swirl is designed to mimic the peanut shells that are found frequently on the floor of bars.
So,
and it comes wrapped in a wet rubber mat.
So this is not where I thought this story was going.
here's something that upsets me.
Topping is correct.
So much about this. Is that before, we normally don't talk that much beforehand, but Kate and I were talking beforehand, and I was like, oh my God, no. To which Kate was like, I would like it. And explain yourself.
Yes, I actually would love to. I would love to hear this as well. Because I was so on board until it was like the floor of a dive bar, and then I was like, well, I'm out.
Yeah, can I'm just gonna show. I'm going to show their promotional image
for a minute. Is it
just a
picture of Rudy's?
This is what they're like. This will make people want this.
Okay. No, that looks amazing. Okay, all right.
What about it?
Oh.
I'm going to explain myself, okay?
Please.
Miller High Life. It's not a great beer, but it's like a beer. It's barely a beer, but it's cool. It's refreshing. You know, if you don't want to get, drunk or have like a big buzz, but you want to participate, or you're having it with dinner, a Miller High Life, it is fine. And then if you look at that ice cream bar, it is enrobed with like a dark chocolate, which is the best chocolate. It's got peanuts. It's got like a little smoky flavor. The only thing that I don't really care for is the caramel, because to me that's too sweet. It ruins it. But the beer flavored ice cream with the dark chocolate and the nuts, a little protein, that to me that sounds good.
Your ice cream bar is on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to taste like a
that's
a
what
dive bar.
I can't get past this either.
Right, and caramel is your problem?
Right, because the caramel is supposed to be sticky. It's supposed to be the sticky part.
It's supposed to be the sticky
part.
part.
I know, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Caramel is sugar and it's wonderful. Like, I'm just gonna bring up the other picture of it, because this is like the box.
This worse.
It comes with a bottle opener. Come on.
Yeah. The box looks like it's a pack. The box looks like it's a pack of Marlboro Lights. Like it's just like it's like the whole thing. Oh my God.
I will concede that the marketing was misguided.
Okay.
I will say that.
Oh,
but
you mean it calling itself a barler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That a barler.
Yeah.
And then also like mimic, like, why did they have to say the floor dive bar? Why couldn't they say the ambiance of a dive bar?
Why couldn't they say your favorite things had at a dive bar? Like, I would have been so much less turned off had that been what it was said. Like your favorite aspects of going to a dive bar. Like, immediately I'm like, okay, cool. But the second the floor comes into it, like, no, I'm out. I'm done.
I could be wrong, but I can't think of anything that I would want edible that starts with, it tastes like the floor of
nothing. There is nothing.
Anything.
Yeah, there's especially a dive bar. But I
Right.
also agree, nothing.
Yeah.
But in particular, a dive bar. My feet immediately, like I'm sitting here and you said that, and my feet recoiled as if they had just stepped in sticky dive bar nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you went to a dive bar in flip flops.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, oh, my foot.
Oh, God.
Well, there goes my shoe. It's gone. It's like
Is that a
quicksand.
puddle?
It's quicksand.
Yeah.
It's lost.
It's
Bye.
quicksand.
So Kate, you can order this
That's
right
awesome.
now. I want to be clear about that. You can order this right now. So I'm not saying to do it because it won't get there before the show ends, but order it and come back on and let us know if it was everything you were dreaming it was going to be.
I would be curious to hear that.
Okay. Yeah.
I would.
I
I
do
will do that.
I do expect you to have the whole 6-pack of ice cream before you come back on, though, so that you are properly buzzed when you're telling.
Okay.
I feel like if we really do this, we got to go in on this, and like Kate has one, and then we're sitting here and we have one.
Yeah.
And then we all experience it together.
For the record, I realize that Kate is like 6 blocks from here. So,
That is true.
Great. So
right. So next
we
time
could
you
all
just
just
come here.
be
Yeah.
in this room and
Well,
do
I'll
this.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just also want to shout out, Kate, your ringing endorsement that I am sure Miller High Life is going to be knocking down the door to get this endorsement where you were like, it's okay. It's, it's like sometimes you just need it, it's just like a beer and it's fine.
Some days.
It's a beer soda.
I'm only giving you shit about it because it made me laugh because I was like, that's exactly what Miller High Life is. 100%. Like that's
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
a perfect description. Yeah.
Miller, if you're watching.
Yeah, Miller,
Super important
sponsor
show.
us, clearly.
Sponsor, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Anything else, or is it time for us to move on to the
yeah,
craziest segment that we're going to do?
This goes with the, I just got to say, it goes with the Velveteeny again. Who are these marketing people? Why are we doing, why?
Right. But this doesn't feel like a thing that's like, all this other things like limited time. This feels just like, this is a thing you can just do now. You can just get drunk on
Ice cream.
on dive bar floor.
Yeah, you don't have to lick the floor. The floor comes to you.
Right.
And it won't give you hepatitis.
Right.
Hey, don't make any promises you can't keep. Like, there's a chance. Like, we don't know. Like, we haven't.
That's fair.
We haven't looked at all the
It's
ingredients.
hanging.
Yeah.
It's there. It liked this status.
All right. Here we go. So, moving on to my story. I think it's the 3rd year, but I'm not 100% sure. Something called the Mullet Championships occurred. Now, the Mullet Championships exist only for children and teens. There are no adult mullet championships.
What?
Before we make fun of the whole thing, I want to be clear that it's for a good purpose. It's a bunch of people who are donating money to participate in the Mullet Championships.
Okay.
And all the money goes to the Michigan Wig Foundation for Children.
Okay.
So for children that need hair for various reasons, it provides wigs for those children. So we're about to make fun of it a lot, but just know that it's all for good purposes.
I mean, I was about to make fun of the fact that you said it's for a good cause, and I wanted to be like, teaching children to have a mullet? That's not a good cause. But I realize.
Before,
that's what Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young was talking about when they said teaching children well.
Teaching children well.
Before we continue, I wanted to remember, in the article, they informed me of new ways to reference the mullet. So I just wanted to share these with people. Beyond the mullet, it's also sometimes referred to as the Kentucky waterfall, the Tennessee top hat,
Stop.
or my favorite, the Missouri compromise, as different ways that you can reference the mullet.
What?
Yep. All those are fun little nicknames for the mullet. Okay.
Wow.
So, what's going to happen is I'm going to show you guys a series of pictures and why I'm excited about them. And then at the end, I'm both going to... The official winners have already been selected.
Damn.
But I think people care more about what the fans of the Super Important Show think than the other random people on the internet. So we're going to pick our winner, and then I'll show you who, like, the internet picked as a winner.
All right.
So,
All right.
let us get into it. This kid is not competing in the mullet contest.
I'm already uncomfortable.
They would not win. All right. So we're going to start off
Oh no.
with Caden. And I chose Caden as our starting person for a reason, because he is your typical mullet person, but he is wearing those sunglasses. And those sunglasses become very important in the mullet thing. I was unaware that those are basically part of the mullet uniform, because a lot of our folks will be wearing those. So first up for your consideration is Caden.
That's almost just hair, like a hairstyle.
Right.
Like that isn't,
Yeah.
you know, like.
But there's a lot in the back.
No. It's,
Like-
yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to Lincoln. Lincoln's in the younger
oh my
group.
God.
Okay.
He's our first sort of entry into the into sort of the Joe Dirt little kid kind of thing.
Lincoln
His hair
looks-
is cascade.
Yeah, Lincoln has really good hair and looks very happy. So
Yeah.
like, I can't make fun of this.
Okay. Next up we have Bodine. Bodine is also incredibly happy. He's got a little bit of a spike going on in the front.
What is this mullet?
And of course, he's wearing an American flag shirt, because that is also an important
Well, I
part.
think that's part of it.
Yeah, it's something you kind of have to do.
Wait, I also
Yeah.
would love to know about. I'm assuming this is their parents that put them in front of a brick wall and this like weird textured. The
Yeah.
backgrounds are really what make me laugh the most at this. Of like,
Yeah.
these are staged.
Oh
These
yeah.
this is like a mullet glamour
Oh,
shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
J.C. Penney's.
Yeah.
Topping is very much into the Bodine mullet. Mohawk. It's a great choice. Next up,
Whoa. Whoa.
bringing back
Jameson did not want to do this.
bringing back the sunglasses though. That are way too big for his face.
Yeah. I love how there's one with and one without.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so you get the full picture. And the ducky shirt.
This is
My God.
This is incredible. I've never felt a mood more than I feel a mood in this photo. Oh my God, I love it.
Are you ready to move on? Because we got a lot of these.
Yes.
So next up we have Cash.
All right.
I love
Cash.
Cash because Cash went with a sleeveless look.
Yep.
Like Cash could be kind of normal.
Also,
like if
really
you cut
good
his
hair.
Yeah.
Really good hair.
Yeah. But I also love the fact that his name is Cash. There's also a weird thing where like half these people, this isn't applicable, but half these people live in towns that are not the town that like they're famous for. And I'll point that out as we go. Here's Mikey. Mikey is your traditional.
Mikey's what I think of when I think of a mullet contest.
Right. Yeah. He's your traditional mullet guy. Like he
truly.
seems,
Yep.
you know, like then we have Eli.
All right.
Eli's trying to be cool. Eli's
right.
bringing those
Ooh.
sunglasses back.
I like the side shave.
Yeah, I like the side shave. It adds a little punk to this mullet.
Right. He introduces the side shave. There are more coming. For example,
Okay, William.
William.
Okay, William.
William's
Oh,
got,
that's a
American
flag.
flag.
That's an
Right.
American flag.
right.
Oh.
William's got the American flag for when our country only had 9 stars, shaved to the side of his head.
And also on his T-shirt.
Yeah. He's doubling
And
down.
behind him.
Yes. Right. This kid.
And the other one's a wheel, because
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
This kid's
And this is
patriotic
the
as
kind of
fuck.
picture that, it makes you wonder, where does this kid live?
Could be any country.
This guy's-
No.
Oh,
Who's this guy?
Xander.
Right.
Oh,
Xander-
Xander's my favorite. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to like anyone as much as
Right.
Xander.
Xander.
This
Xander.
is art.
Xander's posing.
Xander is a model.
Right.
Clearly.
Xander's got the I wonder what's going on over there.
Yeah.
He brings in the American sunglasses, bringing the flag with the sunglasses,
Yeah.
as opposed to everybody else who's doing it on his shirt. And I also love his sort of emo, looking off into nowhere. Because everybody else is just doing the prison.
Topping is so correct. Xander is a hairband mullet.
Yes.
Xander is there's no way Xander isn't going to somehow be involved in theater or the arts in some way, because Xander is going to look back and be like, yeah, this is when it started right here with my mullet.
Yeah.
Xander, you're my favorite.
So right now Xander is your favorite.
Yes.
Kate,
I can't walk away from this style. It's
Kate,
so
do
good.
you have a favorite so far?
Oh my God, there have been so many. I like the soul that is coming out of Xander.
Me
I
too.
like it a lot.
Me too.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna say Xander's leading for the moment.
Xander's leading.
Yeah. We got
Another cat.
another Cash.
How many people named Cash are there.
Yeah, I think I accidentally put this picture in twice, so like there may be another Cash. We may see him again. But yeah, so Cash has probably so far got the biggest hair up top. I feel like he
Yes.
has not gone business in the front, party in the back. I think he's just gone party all
Yeah,
over.
Cash is working the Danny Bonaducci.
Yeah,
I respect it.
yeah.
I like the color.
Yeah.
Still sporting the sunglasses
Still
too that
sporting
everybody's got to
but
wear.
These sunglasses are like
Yeah.
they could be bigger.
Yeah.
Now we got Axel.
Axel.
Axel's going
Axel.
straight in front of the flag.
Yep.
Um,
I don't
Yeah.
know why we had to get a profile. Oh, I guess the profile's for the mullet.
right. You need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need
But
to see
it
that.
felt a little creepy, a little mugshot.
It's very mugshot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we got
Okay,
Brock.
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 Right.
Brock is my favorite. This is it. This
Brock.
is it for me.
Right. You can't do a list like this and not include a Brock. It would be.
Not a flag in sight.
Nope.
Yep.
Just a cool
Yeah.
couple lines.
It is
He
Brock being Brock.
Brock
That's all he
definitely
knows
has-
how to do.
Brock has an 80s vibe. I like
Yeah.
that.
Zoom out and he's on a boat. I guarantee it.
Yeah, you're right. I think so.
Now we got Landry.
Another flag.
Another flag.
Why would we put?
Another flag.
Why are we putting flags
Aw.
on the side of our heads? Why are we doing that?
Bye. There's so many other things.
And we got Katchin.
Catchin. Okay.
Katchin.
That's an it. I would
This-
like to know the story behind this name.
hmm
Okay.
But Katchin feels to me
Katchin.
like a person like if you cut his mullet off would look normal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we got Callan. Now
now
Callan
Okay.
Callan introduces
Callan.
the very rare glasses with a
Yes,
mullet. You
glasses
don't
with a
see
mullet.
that
Yeah.
often.
Callan looks like
Yeah.
me growing up when I tried to do all these like because I've always been obsessed with doing like costumes and cosplay. But Callan is me before I got contact lenses, and I always had to ruin all my good costumes with glasses. Not that Callan's ruining anything, but
Yeah.
Callan's got that vibe of like I'm doing the
Yeah.
mullet thing and my glasses.
And this is another. I meant to point out examples of times where a person is from a city that is not the city that you think it of because he's from Austin.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah,
Austin, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we have to have Ridge.
This is just long hair. This
Yeah.
is not a mullet.
Yeah.
But he's rocking the American flag tank top.
Yeah,
so,
they're rocking the American flag, but I still think that this is just long
so you're
hair.
not a fan of Ridge. You're still
I'm not a fan of Ridge. I think Ridge has
Okay.
great hair, but I don't think this is a mullet.
okay.
I think that
Yeah.
Ridge's parents are cheating by cutting a tiny section of like this is just my hair as a kid, and they're like, look, no, it's a mullet. It's a mullet. It's like, no, that's just long hair.
Okay.
I don't think this is a mullet. I'm sorry, Ridge. You look
Uh,
great. This is also not a mullet. This is just stylized hair.
Right. Next up, we have Nolan.
Yeah.
Nolan is another one. It's
Right.
going to be a model.
Nolan introduces
Yep.
the like, I'm not even gonna wear a shirt. I'm just going straight overall.
Just overalls on a field.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 So you gotta. I like people who are like different and have some creativity, and they feel like
no
Nolan.
flags.
No flags.
No flags.
No
In a
flags.
field.
Yeah.
Like it.
Hanky topping. Yeah, that's not really.
This is the
it's
Cash from
again.
before. This is
Yeah.
where I
Cash part
messed up.
2.
Yep, Cash part two.
Um, now we have
Oh, Emmett.
Emmett.
Yeah, we need an Emmett in a mullet contest.
Right.
We do. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell what the background is, but it feels like it may be like a glamour shotty kind of thing. 'cause
It's
it
either
feels like
flower shot or it's in the middle of a tunnel.
yeah,
Yeah. yeah.
It's one of the two.
yeah. So you gotta have it. You gotta have
Emmett,
it.
stand in the tunnel.
Emmett, watch out!
In the tunnel, Emmett.
Except we have Mason.
Okay.
Mason, who I was pretty
Right.
confident was a lady up until I realized that he couldn't be.
God, you don't know that. Could be.
I mean, he could be.
Could be.
He could be, but
Could
I think
be.
it's just a gentleman kind of thing. Mason's fine. Mason's got a lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
Mason has a lot of hair.
Mason is also
Curly.
yeah, and Mason is also bordering on the not really a mullet, just long hair. To
Yeah.
me. Like this is another one that's like on the line.
Uh,
That's a mullet.
we have another
That's a
Emmett.
mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mullet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a mullet for sure.
Yeah.
Woo!
You got
And an
you
American
got
flag.
seems like you have
course.
bangs in the front, mullet in the back.
The meticulously trimmed bangs as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Those bangs are
They
very
are all
very-
one length.
Very well
Right.
trimmed.
Going with the American flag again. This time in a collared shirt, showing that he's
Yeah.
respectful to the American flag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clearly.
of course. Yeah.
Clearly.
It seems like Topping is voting for Emmett.
I
And of
love
course,
that this name is Epic.
Epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
Oh yeah.
Epic, I love you. I
Yeah.
love that your name is Epic.
Epic.
Epic's got the highest hair.
Yes.
Epic. Also, he's wearing the sunglasses, but he's wearing two different sets of
Two
sunglasses.
different made sense.
Yes.
Yeah, Epic was like choice
Yep.
1, choice 2.
Yeah. He couldn't decide.
Also, his shirt. His shirt.
Yeah, I like this shirt a lot.
Yeah.
Epic, this is a good choice in shirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Dason.
Jason is a 35-year-old man.
Yes, that is
Not
why.
into
This is
the
why I
teens
included him in
division.
here because he's
This is
definitely.
not a teen.
Yeah.
Jason has aged out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is probably his last year of eligibility.
Those sunglasses are on for a reason. Because we don't want to see that those are 30-something guys.
Yeah.
Now we have Fisher, and I chose Fisher because we talked a little bit before about somebody from Stranger Things. This guy is definitely, I feel like, a character from Stranger Things.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Like he would work at that pizza shop.
Yeah.
Fisher definitely looks like, a character in an 80s movie.
Yeah. He
He
arguably falls also into your category of, is that really a mullet?
Right, or is that just
long hair?
people that I knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're coming up on my personal favorite. I don't want to convince the audience one way or another, but my personal favorite is Rustin.
Baby mullet.
Okay.
Oh, Rustin. Is
Rustin.
this why this is your favorite?
Yes,
Yeah.
because first of all, that's a ridiculous name to have.
It is.
Coming from Pocahontas, Arkansas. He's got so much more hair than head.
Rustin.
He had nothing to do with this. I feel like this mullet was thrust upon him.
Is this child named Rustin because their parents like conceived them in a car and the car was a little
Probably.
rusty? Probably.
Yeah.
And they were like, got my rust in.
Now we have Caden.
Caden. Ooh, lightning bolt.
Yeah, Caden.
Caden, I like
wow.
this. I like this lightning bolt.
Caden to me is the Roadhouse, is the Patrick Swayze.
Yes,
A
that's
mullet.
a really good description. Yep.
Yeah.
This Caden is gonna go clean up a bar.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have
And Max is the one
Ooh,
causing
Max.
the trouble at the bar.
Right. He's
The
ready.
aviators.
The aviators are no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the darkest side of anybody for sure.
Oh, yeah. I like Mac.
And now let's pick do we want to pick our winners before we get into who actually won?
Yes, I forgot the name, but it was the person earlier that
All right.
had that like model.
I will scroll through them very quickly. You guys just call out when you get there. I'm voting for Rustin. I believe Xander was the
Xander.
person. So you guys are both going for Xander.
Xander's my favorite.
I'm changing my vote to if you could move the slide forward
Yeah.
a bit. There we go. Brock.
Your vote is for Brock.
My
Okay.
vote is for Brock.
Right.
Okay. Do we have votes in the chat?
No, Topping says all of them are winners.
Fair. All right. So let me get us forward to the actual winners are, even though
Our winners are the correct winners.
yes. The actual winners. First up, I believe we're looking at the teen category. And oh no, I'm sorry, the kids category. And Emmett won.
All right.
Somehow Epic only came in second.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
some
disappointed
BS,
by
'cause
that.
Epic was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic was great.
Yeah.
Also,
and,
I like that the third place's name is actually William Dale Ramsey.
mhm.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
I'm glad
Michelle. Yep, Michelle's right. Michelle's right.
Factory Monument. Yeah, it's true.
Mullet
and for the teen version,
all right, Caden. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm cool with this.
yeah, Patrick Swayze won.
Yeah.
Cool with this.
Stranger Things
Yep.
came in second, and
Yep.
Dark Stranger Things came in.
Dark Stranger Things.
Dark Stranger Things.
Also, look at these names. Fisher Mons.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's a name.
So
Hmm.
there we go.
Wow.
That is this year. Now, if you're
Yeah.
asking, did they do it last year? Of course they did. And at some point in a future show, we will go through 2021's.
I can't
Mullet
wait. Please,
Championship.
let's do it.
So we got to give it some
Yeah.
time. We got to spread it out. But at some point, we will go through it because I looked at them and they are equally as ridiculous. And know that this will just become a super important show tradition.
Great, I love it.
Kate, thank you for joining us for it because
Topping brings up a great point. I
Thank you
agree.
for having me.
I think a lot of these names, were very. I actually noticed like very not gender specific. Like
Mhm.
they That's why I was a lot of them. I was just like they, because I'm like, I don't even know. This could be any gender, which is fun.
I feel like I know just as many female Ridges as I do male Ridges.
I've known Cadens.
Right? Yeah.
Brock is about the only like dude name. I don't think I've ever heard of a Brock that was not man. Yeah. Identified as a man. Yeah.
Epic. Epic could go either way.
Epic 100%. Could absolutely go either way.
Epic could definitely.
Yeah. Hey,
it's an epic name.
I love that. I love that. If mullets are also like non-gendered, that's great. I love it. I will say, when I knew this story was coming up, I commented before the show that I've noticed mullets are like a thing, and I was like, why are mullets coming back? And you both reminded me, Kate and Dustin, that it was, of course, Stranger Things, because I didn't think about that. And I was like, why are mullets back? So many people on media right now are just like mullets. I'm like, why?
Right, but still don't do it.
Stranger Things.
Before we forget, it'd be a great time for you to like and subscribe. It helps us a ton to let people know that the content is something that you enjoy. Also, throw a comment in later on after the video and just talk about things that you enjoyed and pick your winner and all that. All those things help other people know about the show, and it helps you know when new shows are happening and all that. So if you could like and subscribe, would be super helpful. All right. Now it is time for us to get into our trivia section of the show, What the Fact, as I take a moment to find where all the graphic is and all that.
At least it's not a haunted graphic.
It's not, this time it's actually working.
Ghost free.
So, for those who have not seen the segment before, I will ask a question to these two and to the audience, and you guys will try and guess what the right answer is. One of these I think people might know, but I also spend a lot of time doing trivia, so I don't know if it's a thing that, like, I just know it because I've seen trivia a lot. So let us get into it first. The traditional way that we answer the phone was almost what? Now, there was a fight when phones were first invented as to what people would say when they picked up the phone. So I will give you our three choices. Kate, just be prepared. I'm coming to you first. So be ready.
I'm ready.
Was it howdy? Was it ahoy? Or was it yes'm? One of these three things, it was like 50-50 which way we were going to go. We settled on hello, but hello used to be sort of like a in that kind of way where people are like, hello? But we decided to go with it. Which of these was almost the way that we answer the phone when we picked it up? No.
I'm going to go with yes'm.
Yes'm?
Yes'm?
I would definitely vote that as being the way that you would most likely pick up the phone, based on everything I know about you. So whether it is right or wrong, I would still pick that as your choice. But you're gonna go gonna go with C. Yes'm. Heather, how about you?
I just want to point out, Topping says her grandmother would always answer the phone, "What's wrong?" because that's the only time people called. I think that's still the only reason people call. Maybe. I love that answer. That's great. Joy. Yep. So while I think that the answer might actually be yes'm, because I feel like there's that inherent old-timey misogyny of like, women were operators, so you knew it was a woman on the line and you had to, because the operator, it wasn't like the person direct, so it was like yes'm, like who's on the other line. I'll mix it up for funsies and go with ahoy.
Okay.
Because I could also see a world, this is a stretch, but I could see a world where you knew it was someone calling from far away, so you were like, ahoy!
Okay.
But it's probably C.
I like the answer and the explanation. Topping saying she wants it to be ahoy.
Mm-hmm,
Do we have a consensus from chat as to where
chat? Nobody actually chose what they think it is, but everyone wants it to be ahoy.
And I think Trevor got it right. It is ahoy.
It's ahoy.
And Mr. Burns gives it away. That's why I thought people might get it, because Mr. Burns answers the phone ahoy because he is old enough that when the phone was invented, he was part of the decision-making process, arguably.
Is it because people were calling from very far away and they were like, ahoy?
No, it was just more common than hello at the time. Like, you were more likely to say ahoy when you saw somebody and you were hello. Hello was very
Well, I'm going to try to bring that back then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we can bring that back. I always thought it was more of like a nautical term, like in nautical communications.
Yeah, ship ahoy.
Wow. Chip ahoy.
All right.
Chip ahoy.
Chip ahoy.
Cookie.
Chips ahoy. Yep.
Chips ahoy.
I love that. I love that.
All right,
Yeah.
question number 2. Mountain Dew, the drink that I find particularly disgusting,
Yeah.
but other people seem to enjoy, was originally invented not as a soda. It was repurposed as a soda, but it had a purpose beforehand. Heather, I'll come to you first this time.
It's okay, Michelle. Some of us all just made that connection together when we went,
Yeah.
oh, chips
Yeah.
ahoy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so was Mountain Dew originally intended to give to horses to make them run faster? Was it invented to mix with moonshine to make it taste better?
No, because that's what people do now.
Or was it eventually invented as fuel for eco-friendly motorcycles?
Isn't that what it's actually like? Don't people call it rocket fuel?
They do, but is that what it was invented for? Heather, you have to decide. Which do you think that it was?
I don't think it's B because people already do that. So that feels like it was not intended for that reason. Like I feel like this
Okay.
was people were like, I'm gonna put booze in this. I think it's motorcycle fluid.
Okay.
I feel like I've read that. I feel
Okay.
like somewhere I've read that it's actually was intended as like fluid or fuel or something for the thingies that move like this, vehicles.
Okay. Joy
That's
seems very confident
the
that
word
it's
I've
moonshine.
Wow, Joy. Okay, Joy
Yeah.
says, we have 2 people saying that it is in fact B.
Okay.
Wait, is moonshine not good with? Okay, well, if it's the answer, I would like to find out. Like, the
Kate,
reasoning.
Kate, what do you think? Are you gonna go with Trevor on this one? You're gonna fight him?
Ooh, I don't know. Marital discord. Okay. So I want it to be for speeding up horses. Like I really love the idea of somebody who runs a horse farm who just wanted to make their horses run fast, not for any real reason, but just like I'm really bored. I want to, break up the day a little bit. Let me make my horses run fast. And just like made a bunch of stuff and put it in a bucket and gave it to their horses just to see if they would run fast. I like to think that somebody spent their day that way. And then they took a sip themselves and said, hey, this tastes pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Let's
drink
put it in a bottle.
Yeah.
I want that to be the story,
But you don't.
but
think
I
it is.
do believe it is B for improving. I didn't know that it was to improve moonshine. I thought it was made as like an offshoot of moonshine, like it was the moonshine byproduct or something like that.
Okay.
But I believe it be moonshine.
Okay. All right, and you and Heather, you're going with motorcycle fluid.
I mean, yes, I am, but I feel like I am absolutely wrong
Okay.
based on what everyone else is saying.
And topping is going with A. Turns out once again, Trevor has gotten us the right answer. It was to mix with moonshine to make it taste better. Because the name Mountain Dew was sort of like a reference to like making, making moonshine in the mountains and stuff
dew
like that.
from the moon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
dewdrops.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How old is Mountain Dew?
it's moonshine old.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
as old
realize
as the
that.
mountains.
Yeah, I see. I didn't realize it was as old as these things. I thought it was from like
Yeah.
the 70s.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel like Kate's cheating because Trevor knows all the answers to these questions. But
He is he's in a totally different part of the house.
All right. Question number 3. Okay. So I did not know that this was a thing, but apparently some like food chains have had actual spin-offs of themselves. So I will reference 3 different possible spin-offs.
What?
And you will tell me which one of these was an actual restaurant chain that existed for a, albeit brief, period of
This
time.
is in the 80s, isn't it?
I don't remember the exact year that it was.
It's a spin-off sort of thing.
Was Mr. McDonald's a
here.
place where it was a sit-down version of a McDonald's restaurant where there was a waiter who would bring you food and it was more fancy with cloth napkins and such?
Get out of here.
Was it Vegan King, a Burger King, a version of Burger King where they only served vegetarian products and vegetables and things like that? Or was it Kentucky roast beef and ham, where they decided they didn't want chicken anymore and they just wanted roast beef and ham?
Just roast beef and ham.
Yes. One of these is a real place.
Donuts.
That existed for a little while. Kate, I'm going to come to you. Which do you
Okay.
think is a place that you could have visited and actually eaten at some point?
I want to go to Mr. McDonald's
Okay.
because I love the idea of being served a Big Mac on like a plate with a cloth napkin. Maybe somebody holds out a bottle of Coke
Yes.
and then we'll pour it and give me a tasting sip. Although
that makes me think of like Denny's when I would go to Denny's and they would have a wine menu and I was like, come on, man, you're Denny's.
come
What are
on,
you doing?
Denny's.
Come on. Are you going with A, or are you just want it to be A?
I think I'm musing. I don't know. This is really hard. I'm gonna rule out Vegan King.
Okay.
That's just in my heart. I know that it's not Vegan King. You know what? I'm gonna go with Mr. McDonald. See what happens.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Heather, what about you?
So topping, I agree. I'd definitely try something at Vegan King. However,
Oh, for sure.
I do not think Vegan King is a real thing. I feel like I would have heard of it. Like it would have been in the back of my mind. I would have known of it at some point. What is KRB stand for? Kentucky roast beef and ham?
Yes.
I don't think that's real either.
Okay.
I think it's Mr. McDonald's. And Topping made a good point before about McDonald's being cocky enough to call themselves Mr. McDonald's. And that is where my brain was going to, that I could see like in the 70s. I'm going to put this in the 70s, maybe early 70s. McDonald's being like, you know what? What if? What if? And we call it Mr. McDonald's because there's a little butler. And the little butler will serve you. So that's where I'm going with that.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
So like half the fun of this game is is the psychological part for me of just trying to figure out like how I can trick people,
Yeah.
things like that, and
Yeah.
seeing like what's plausible and what's not. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I fail miserably. This time
Did you succeed very highly?
I did.
Is it actually?
Because it is Kentucky roast beef and
Is.
ham.
That was my second choice.
Yeah, they could have
Oh
just
my god.
they could have just added roast beef and ham to the
Right.
menu at Kentucky Fried Chicken, but they didn't. They made a whole other company called Kentucky Roast Beef and Ham that lasted for about 6 months before people were just like, no, there are other places I can get roast beef and ham. Like there's like Arby's and the store. Like so.
You could have had so much fun with this too, of it being like bucket of ham time. That acronym, like you could have had some good like KB. My brain's trying to work it out, but I feel like there's good acronyms if you'd added the fried chicken into the middle of this.
Yeah.
I'm basically trying to see if I can spell fuck with this, with roast beef, ham, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Probably not.
I might be able to make it work. I don't know.
You could do it for
yeah,
sure.
I don't know why they decided to go with.
Well, it failed. So
Yeah.
it failed miserably.
When did this exist and fail?
I believe it was like the 70s.
Yeah.
That 70s
sounds
or
right.
70s or
That
80s.
sounds right.
So yeah. So there's a time in your life you could have gone to
Well, you
Kentucky
know what,
roast beef and ham.
Dustin? When Mr. McDonald's gets invented, you better sue their asses.
Right, because I invented that
Patenting
shit.
it here, you invented it.
Yeah. So that is our What the Fact.
Wow.
Hopefully you learned something that you can share with the world, which I don't know that I would encourage you to do, but it's something you have the option of doing.
Oh, here we go. Michelle's got my back here. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Fried Kentucky roast beef and ham.
See? There you go. Yep.
That is why
Thank
Michelle is the queen of the
Round
chat.
of applause.
Thank you. That's what we needed.
Which brings us to our Would You Rather. I feel like we spent a lot of time on the Mullet thing, so we're probably over time, but that's fine. It was all time well spent.
This is a really appropriate Would You Rather based on the last question we just had.
Yeah.
So we've got Would You Rather. Who would you rather be the next president? The Burger King, Ronald McDonald, or Wendy? She's a child.
Yeah. Remember, she's like.
I just love that you added the parenthetical. She's a child.
Well, because here's the thing. I knew, based on everything that I know about both of you, that if I had just thrown out those three choices, you would have said, well, clearly Wendy. Because,
well, you're opting for
Yes.
child Wendy. I mean, there are ad campaigns with adult Wendy.
Right, but I mean, like in the image, in the logo, she's a child. So like I wanted to give Burger King and Ronald McDonald a fair shot because I knew if I just left Wendy, if it was just like a redheaded lady or a king or a clown, you guys definitely would have gone Wendy. So I wanted to make it fair. So she had to be like 14. So that's why Wendy's included in there. Anyway, but it's your question, Heather. So.
Oh, right. It is my question. All right, Kate, we're going to go to you first. Who do you want as the next president out of these fast food icon choices?
So I am still going to go with Wendy because even though she is but a child, she has built a fast food empire with her face on it. So she's become synonymous with the most delicious combination, the frosty French fry. So I am going to go with Wendy.
All right.
Okay.
Dustin, who do you go with?
It feels like Chad's already going the Wendy route, although I agree with Topping that they're all wholly unqualified. If I had to pick, I would probably have to go with the Burger King because it seems like he knows how to deal with like infrastructure management in a way that the rest of them probably didn't. And as long as he's willing to accept that we live in a democracy and that he can't just be king,
He's a burger.
then right, but he's a monarch. He's learned how to he knows how to lead people in a way that like Ronald McDonald's is a scamp. You know, like he's just doing like weird shit. And he's creepy, he's a clown. Nobody wants to listen to a clown.
That's true.
Wendy will get there. Again, if Wendy was an adult, she's the clear winner. But
She
she's
has
still
an empire.
Yeah, but she's got a burger empire, whereas the Burger King, like
It's an empire too.
right, but
And he's
Yeah.
an actual burger.
He's a sovereign.
right, yeah, but
He's a figurehead.
He's
no,
an actual
no,
burger.
he does a lot of a lot of the management of his empire. I'm pretty sure. Like he's got
Also,
staff and all
Michelle
that.
is
Yeah.
100% correct. Remember that terrifying ad campaign?
What?
That
what?
was the worst. The Burger King when they made it into a
Oh.
like a weird puppet
with the
stop,
plastic
whatever it was,
head.
plastic foam. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going Burger King.
That's fine.
You went Kate. You went Wendy.
I went Wendy. I'll see you at the polls, Dustin.
Okay. Heather, you're a tiebreaker here.
I'm also gonna go with Wendy, because Wendy is a woman, and I think that women tend to get shit done, and they're smart. And Wendy seems like she has a good family, like a good family background there, which I feel like means that Wendy's probably pretty secure in herself and like might be pretty psychologically sound. So I feel like she's ready to take this on. Now, do I think she should be 14? No, I think she should be an adult, but we've had child kings before and child rulers, and I don't know if it always went bad.
I think it usually did. I think it went bad more often than it went good. But
Yeah.
Also true, she can hook us up with baked potatoes, or as
That's true.
Kate said,
Oh, the
Frosties and
baked
French
potatoes.
fries.
all right.
Yeah.
So I guess
I'm gonna go with Wendy.
looks
Yeah.
like Wendy won.
I'm definitely not going with Ronald McDonald because
No.
Ronald McDonald feels like a clown who just showed up one day and made himself the mascot, but wasn't actually like hired by me. Like he just showed up. It's like, hey, I'm your mascot now, and everyone was like, what? Who?
Also,
What?
I should have had the pictures. I apologize for not having the pictures, but like, if you, as creepy as Burger King was, if you go back and look at like 70s Ronald McDonald, he's like real creepy too. Like he's
Yes.
super disturbing.
Ronald McDonald, like the least creepy is definitely when it was that one actor in like the 80s playing Ronald McDonald. Like
Right.
that's
where he
the
was happy.
that's the Ronald McDonald that's like your dad showed up in McDonald's and your dad was like, this is how I get free McDonald's and I'm the mascot now. Like that's an okay Ronald McDonald's.
I'm just picturing this guy like pulling up in a minivan full of
Yep.
kids, just like applying.
And he's
Wait
just like,
here, kids.
hold on, I got the all right, I got it. I got it.
Hold
I
on.
got it. Hold on, I
All right.
gotta pat it on. Yeah.
All
All right, no, this is good. All right, we get straight. All right, let's go. More Happy Meals, got it.
Right.
Do we want to move on to question number 2 and move on to
think
Kate's
so.
question?
I think we're ready. Yes.
Okay. Kate, what do you got?
What do I got? Let's see here. What do I have? That's a really
You want me to bring it up? I can just bring it up and you can just read it.
I got it. No. I got it. I'm prepared. Would you rather have to wait 30 minutes every time you go through a door or never be able to wear footwear again?
Which is a really weird question, but I like
What the
it.
hell is this?
It's
That's
it's a complicated and weird question.
It is a very complicated. So, once again, wait 30 minutes every time you go through a door or never wear footwear again.
I feel like Heather's very bothered by this question.
Bothered by this
Heather?
question. Okay, I'm very bothered by this question because
What?
there is only one correct answer, and I very rarely say that.
Okay.
But obviously the only correct answer is the 30-minute wait per door because the amount of possible peril is much less than never wearing footwear again. Never wearing footwear again. I mean, like that's, you've got tetanus, you've got burns, you've got frostbite, you've got disgusting streets, nails. I said tetanus, more tetanus, extra tetanus. That is just like so much danger waiting to happen.
Or you could move to Florida, move to a beach house, and then just
I
basically
don't trust that just because it's Florida, it's safe.
I'm not
It's
saying
Probably
true.
less
Less
safe because
safe.
it's Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Florida's safe. I'm not saying Florida's safe. I'm just saying that, like, temperature-wise, you could find yourself in a situation where being without shoes can be common. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to get across. I'm not saying Florida's safe.
I love topping. I will remove the doors in my apartment and put up curtains.
No, doorway still. Anything that's like doorway should
I
count.
love it.
Okay, so
Trevor,
you can,
correct, Trevor. Sticky bar floors. Absolutely not. I just.
But they taste so good. They, according to Kate.
yeah, you know what?
Dark
Also-
chocolate, peanuts, beer flavored ice cream,
and now feet.
and feet.
Feet.
Yeah. All right, so Kate, who do you want to answer the question first? Although I feel like we know where we're
Okay.
going.
Well,
Yeah, I mean Heather gave a very
I jumped in.
succinct
I
answer.
answered
Yeah.
what I feel was a very Dustin answer because I feel like Dustin, you're the only one who usually is like, there's a clear answer here.
Yeah.
So for this one
So this one is very hard for me because I was thinking about, like, so if you think about every doorway is where it gets very difficult because, like, just going into my apartment, in order to get into the apartment building, I need to go through 2 doorways just to get into the building. Then I need to go to another one coming out of the stairwell or elevator, and then another one to go into my apartment. So that's 4 doorways. So every time I come home, I'm spending 2 hours just waiting to be able to go through doors. And then if I have to go to the bathroom, that's another 30 minutes. And then depending on what the rules are, do I have to wait 30 minutes to go back out of the bathroom? So now every time I go to the bathroom, it's 30 minutes there. And then I want to go to bed, I got to wait another 30 minutes. Like, just the amount of time that I would spend waiting feels like I would just be better off moving to a farm where I can just walk around without shoes on all the time and order shit on Amazon and just sort of deal with it that way, and just like get a tent when people come over so that like I can. So like if I had to pick one, I feel like I would go with no more shoes, even though I love shoes, because I don't think I could deal with the amount of weight that is happening.
Yeah, moving with Rustin.
True. Nobody will ever know who they're talking to.
Oh man, those are both great answers.
Yeah. And what's yours?
Mine. I think I'm gonna have to go with no footwear ever again because just the amount of okay. So hold on. Getting on the subway, yes, is a problem. But by that logic, if you had to wait 30 minutes in front of every single door, you couldn't get on the subway ever because when would pull up and it would open and close, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would restart your 30-minute clock, or would it?
If you're going through the door. So like
Okay,
you
so
would
you
go
have
down.
to wait 30 minutes. What?
Right. So
And
like,
then go through the door?
yeah, you'd wait 30 minutes, then go through that door, and then to get off, you'd have to go through a door again. So you'd have to wait 30 minutes before you could get off the subway.
See, that would just be torture because then what if you only had to take it a couple stops?
Right.
The train would keep going.
Yeah.
So I think that there's way more inconvenience involved with waiting 30 minutes per door. And I could do that without footwear. I mean, you just have to, be careful. Watch out for the needles and the chicken bones.
And the roast beef and ham.
And the roast beef and the ham. And the peanuts.
I hate this so much. I hate this.
And then you get an exfoliation once a week. You undo the damage. You put on a little moisturizer, and then you're back at it.
Yeah.
I hate this.
I know, but that's sort of why I
This is
picked
a
it because
terrible
it.
question. I hate it.
Neither is an ideal situation.
No.
Right. That's the whole point of Would You Rather.
I mean, I would probably I'd just never leave. I would just never leave.
Okay.
But you'd wear shoes all the time.
I mean,
he never wears shoes. That's
yeah.
a good point.
yeah, which
That is true. He doesn't.
Cats don't wear shoes either.
Which admittedly, this whole thing is weird for me because I'm wearing shoes right now and I don't need to be. I'm in my own apartment. Like I wear shoes just because I love wearing shoes. All right, moving on to question number 3. Which is, okay, here are your choices. In both cases, you ultimately will recover. So it's just a matter of what you want to experience. Neither one of them is going to kill you or do permanent damage. But if you had the choice, would you rather one just big old punch from Mike Tyson or 100 consecutive punches from that old lady from the Where's the Beef commercials from the 80s? Which would you, because like 100 punches from that lady is going to take a really long time, but it's not going to hurt as much as just one punch from Mike Tyson. But again, in both cases, the next day you'll be fine, but you'll have had that experience. Which one would you choose? Kate, I'm going to you first.
Definitely 100 punches by Where's the Beef lady. Because I would hope that by the end of it, we would develop a rapport and a friendship.
You'd be pen pals?
We'd become pen pals. And like I could also, like, while she was punching me, I could be like, where's the beef? She'd be like, I'll give you the beef. And it would just be hilarious. I think that would be amazing.
That is rather funny.
Okay, Heather.
I had just putting up some of these great comments. Given that you have said that the result would be that you're okay, so like you're not gonna have brain damage, you're not gonna like die from, you're just gonna get punched, right? I will go with the one punch by Mike Tyson.
Okay.
I know it will hurt, I know it will suck, but it's only one punch. The Where's the Beef lady, we're discounting the fact that old ladies are scrappy and full of a lot of anger. So I don't want 100 of those punches. Could she be a little weaker and like maybe it doesn't hurt? Perhaps.
I mean, could she be a little weaker than Mike Tyson? Yes.
Yes.
She's definitely weaker than Mike Tyson.
But 100 rage-filled punches? No, I don't. I also just don't want to be punched 100 times. So
Okay.
I do love Kate's scenario. It is very appealing of like, and then you become friends and you make jokes about like that is fun. But I'm still gonna go with just one solitary punch.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is uncommon, but I agree with you. That Mike Tyson, for 2 reasons. One, because I agree that like one punch is a better experience, I guess, just in terms of like not wanting to be punched 100 times. But the other thing is like, if you know you're gonna live, then being able to say that like Mike Tyson punched me and I'm still here. It's worth it. You know, just being able to be like, okay. I would work into every conversation like, I remember that time I got punched by Mike Tyson. No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I got punched by Mike Tyson. No one will mess with you.
Because I think
a flesh wound.
Yeah. Because also like, you could probably make up a story that's a good reason why Mike Tyson punched you one time. But if the assumption is that Where's the Beef lady punched you 100 times, you did some shit to that lady.
Yeah. You
like
did shit to an old lady.
Right. Like you somehow pissed off one of America's treasures, the Where's the Beef lady, who I think probably is long past. But still, she was, she was an interesting, weird part of our culture. I don't think that I would want to get punched by her bony hand 100 times as much as the Mike Tyson thing would be. So.
That's fair. Yeah, you bring up a very excellent point about doing something to piss her off, to cause her to punch you 100 times. In my fantasy, we were just like riffing maybe. Oh, Trevor!
I love
she
it.
must have had beef with
great.
you.
Thank you, Trevor. That's great.
We're going to talk about that later, sir.
That's great.
I would just think that maybe they would be friend punches. Maybe she'd be the kind of lady that, like, you're at a barbecue. She had one too many Miller High Lifes. And she'd just be like, hey, I'm going to punch you. And, like, they'd be all, like, really, really fast. And you'd be like, oh, what are you doing? And she'd be like, hey. And that's what I think it would.
Just for those old school boxer people. It's like,
that image is horrifying to me, though. Just picturing the Where's the Beef lady doing, like, a punching bag. And, like, I don't know, like... It's upsetting. I'm gonna dream about that tonight, and I'm gonna be horrified by it.
Too. I'm upset by all of this. Oh no!
All right, so that's did we all? I think we all answered. Did Chad have an opinion on this one, or?
Joy said 100. I believe Topping. I'm gonna take Topping saying "Where's the Beef lady" means Topping is going with that. Michelle went with 100 punches by Mike Tyson for the chaos. So split.
You would definitely be dead.
Everyone's sort of split.
Cool. All right. Well, I think, guys, that's the end of our show. We've covered so much. We've picked crazy mullets. We've decided who we're gonna get punched by. We learned about Ahoy and Kentucky roast beef and ham.
Ice cream.
And so sticky bar for ice cream.
Oh, I just realized ice cream itself is sticky too. So if you put that on the floor, it's sticky.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps
it's
on
all
giving,
sticky,
and I don't
Heather.
want the gift.
Yeah.
And it comes on a stick.
I hate it.
Kate, I'm counting on you to order this and get wasted on it and tell us all about it.
I do want to know about this. So
I will do that.
We obviously
I promise.
I feel like we have to have like a friend night where we all like try it.
That sounds awesome.
A 6-pack is $36 though, just so we're
we
clear.
Split it. That's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
$6 a pop.
There you go.
So Kate, where can people see more about you? Where can people find out more about what's going on in your world?
You can follow me on Instagram at Hey It's Kate Scott. Also, I am on Twitter as well, the same. Hey It's Kate Scott. And if you are up really early in the morning, you can listen to me on WMOT.org, or if you are in the Middle Tennessee region, on the radio at 89.5.
Nice. And Sketch.
And Sketch. I am on Team Skeleton. We have a show coming up Tuesday, the September 13th. I'll have a couple of sketches in that show. Also starring Heather Jules Booth, directed by Dustin Dadato here. So
just over the moon.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun.
We'll all be together. So yeah, check that out.
Cool. Heather, what do you got going on?
I think that might be the next thing I have going on. I don't think we have any shot for shots or anything right now. So I believe that Sketch, as you have all seen, also frequent chat contributor Michelle Drozdick, also part of this team. So y'all, this is going to be a good effing team. I'm very excited about this.
Does Red Shirts have anything?
Right.
Red Shirts just had 2 shows this past week.
Okay.
So now we'll be looking forward to more shows.
Yeah. And you can follow them on Instagram?
Yes, that's my musical improv team.
Yeah.
My musical improv team that does Star Trek themed musical improv. Please follow us.
Cool. And for me, you can always just follow the show in general at Super Important Stuff on Instagram and find out who our guests are going to be and all that fun stuff. Or if you want to see me do improv, which I don't do as much as I have in the past, but I still do it. My team, I believe we're called Pretty Sneaky, is performing this Friday at Young Ethel's at 6 o'clock. So leave directly from work and come down there and check it out. That's what I got going on. Kate, thank you so much for being part of the show.
Yay!
Thank you guys for having me. This was so much fun.
So good to see you.
Yeah, and check
Really
out
good to see you.
check out and doing it in sketch and listen to her on the radio and all that. We will be back next week. Thank you so much for watching and all that, and we will see you again real soon.